Many manufacturers or dealership groups from time to time offer free insurance for the first 12 months included in the purchase price of a vehicle. This is a fantastic offer, especially on entry-level vehicles which are suited for first-time buyers. It removes the additional burden of having to budget for vehicle insurance for that first 12 months, allowing these individuals getting used to the monthly finance installments before having to introduce insurance to their budgets from month 13 onwards. The added benefit of this 3 years insurance is the fact that the individual is now armed with a driver's license of a year older, along with insurance history of at least 1 year, which will allow for them in negotiating more competitive monthly insurance premiums. The downside of these policies normally include the fact that these policies are designed for personal use only. And secondly, do they come with hefty excesses in the event of a claim? As insurance professionals, do we appreciate that the only way to balance the potential risk of first-time insurers with limited driving experience and most likely the majority of the book still in their 20s, depending on the specific vehicle scheme obviously, is the only way in balancing the risk in placing some limitations and countering the risk with an aggressive excess structure. The other issue we have noticed is that many of these vehicles are purchased by individuals with a specific intent of using the vehicles as a source of extra income on platforms such as Uber or Bolt. Using your vehicle for these purposes is a policy exclusion by most insurance companies, barring a couple that specializes in insuring these type of risks. The risk in transporting fare-paying passengers is significantly higher than an individual simply driving to work and back home again. And even if you do find an insurer, is the risk reflected in the monthly insurance premium you will be charged? But many clients, when confronted with the use of the vehicle, openly admit that they were not aware of the fact that the vehicle is only insured for private use. The bottom line is that the pure intent of these free insurance is a great idea, and we totally understand why the product is structured in the way they generally are. The concern is that considering this is in many instances the first vehicle the individual is buying, the hype around getting his or her new car, having to sign a plethora of documents whilst getting advice simultaneously, means that very little is absorbed during the day of collecting the vehicle. In all of the excitement of becoming a new vehicle owner, is insurance the last thing anybody wants to think about? The policy schedule and wording is saved in an archive folder and only to be retrieved once something has already happened. So we cannot help but ask if there isn't a better way for the insurance and financial institutions to do more in educating first-time buyers on the principles of your insurance contract. In saying this, are we definitely not saying no advice is being given? We are merely asking if more shouldn't be done. After all, first-time buyers are the future of both the finance and the insurance industries. Having a 20-something-year-old's claim rejected and or left with a debt on a vehicle he or she no longer owns hardly gets the relationship off to a good start. Trust, in our opinion, starts with educating our new buyers on the typical pitfalls, which will hopefully lead to more informed clients and a stronger industry. The fundamental purpose of this video is hoping it reaches our first-time buyers. The initiative is of great value to you, but working through your policy schedule and policy wording will allow for you to understand exactly what you are in for should a claim arise, and what you are covered for and what not. And let's be honest, if you have had your license for less than 2 years, no previous insurance, and this is your first vehicle that you purchased, is the odds stacked against you in having at the very least a minor bumper bashing in the next 12 months. Not to mention, if using the vehicle to turn an extra income. Invest the time to understand your insurance policy, and if you don't, then reach out to your insurer, financial advisor or broker for guidance. The time you invest in understanding your insurance policy will give you greater insight, but more importantly allow for you to plan and budget for worst case scenarios. At the very least, it hopefully raises some questions which you can then clarify with your underwriter and maximize your understanding of the industry you are most likely going to have a very long relationship with.